golden rule of any renovation or spending money on a property is to make sure you don't over-capitalise on it, and also that you don't use something or you don't use products that are going to date. And gold is obviously one of those things that does date. Black and white doesn't date, silver doesn't date, or chrome doesn't date, but certainly gold does date. We've done many properties up for sale, we've done many just for people moving in, where we have to replace all the hinges on the doors, we have to replace door handles, we have to replace all the tap fittings, all the light fittings, and that makes an amazing difference to a property just doing those basic procedures. The kitchen's another area where you can look at the dating of a property. It might go in, currently the whites and the bright colours are in, but you can go into other places where they've still got the old timber benches and the parquetry benches that certainly have dated, and in those we're always replacing those and doing those up as well. Certainly the kitchen and bathrooms are the high ticket items, and if someone's looking at buying a property, that's one of the things that they'd like to have seen done. You know, kitchens can range in price from anywhere from $10,000 up to $50,000 quite easily. Bathrooms are in the same bracket, depending on what fittings you choose and what sort of tiles, what sort of finish that you're going to have. One thing to remember when you're doing the kitchens and bathrooms, of course, is that they'll have to be painted, and then that could then progress into the rest of the home. So it's terrific to have a nice new kitchen and bathroom. It's very poor to have the rest of the house looking very ordinary and not going to be as appealing. So it's great to be able to walk into a property and see all that work done, but it's no good if the rest of the property is not done up at the same time. So by doing that, all you have to do is do the painting, do the carpets and change the door handles and light switches, and that'll accentuate the rest of the property and certainly accentuate the renovations that you've proceeded to do by doing the kitchen and bathroom. We often get people, after we've done their property up for sale, they'll come to us and they'll say, why didn't we do this a couple of years ago, and appreciate the renovation that we've done and then sell. So if you are selling in a couple of years, you should really be looking at doing a full makeover on the property. Certainly look at the kitchen and bathrooms, certainly look at the carpet, the painting, because all you'd have to do is give it a clean up in a couple of years' time and it'll be ready to go on the market. Obvious things like the garden and those, they'll have to be brought up to speed. But the rest of the appliances that you put in, you base it on being a current model, base it on if the stainless steel is still in, at the time of this interview, if it's still in. Go with the stainless steel appliances. If white certainly appeals, go with white. But certainly don't try and put more of your stamp onto the property. Go with neutral colours, have a nice looking property, so it's very simple to put on the market down the track. But go with neutral colours and a fresh approach. Again, reputable tradesmen. You've got to use someone that's reputable. From experience, we often see situations where we'll put quotations or proposals in to do a property. We understand what needs to be done at the property. We understand that if it's enamel paint, for instance, it has to be repainted with enamel or prepared properly before going over with another type of paint. If you're a property owner and you're looking at two quotes side by side that just say we're going to paint the property and one's $1,000 cheaper, you're going to end up in strife, because they'll use a lower grade product, they'll do a poor job, and it often means that if you're going to get it painted in 2 years when tenants move out or when you're selling, you're going to have to strip all the paint off all the old surfaces and redo it again, which is going to cost a lot more. So use someone that's been referred to you, use someone that's got insurance, ask for the insurance, ask to see it, make sure that they're going to do a good job for you, and make sure that you read the quotes and you compare quotes from different contractors and ask questions. Don't just leave it there and say, great, go ahead, ask questions and make sure you're getting the right results.